Welcome to
Mind Body Stuff.
I'm Kaylee.
I'm Bernice.
And we're your hosts of this week's podcast, Mind Body Stuff.
Woo!
Episode
347,000. Welcome to our world.
Oh, yeah.
How's your mind?
How's your body?
How's your mind body? How's your body mind?
How's your body mind? Does your body mind if I mind my body next to you?
Body mind?
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Anyway. What are we going to talk about today?
What are we going to talk about?
What are we going to talk about today? We just came out of a great training.
Amazing Empowerment Weekend.
It was
mind-blowing. Really good.
Again.
Real good.
Mm.
Okay, so where to begin? What we're going to talk about today is about our light and how our light can become dull or dimmed, and sometimes we don't even realize that this is happening.
A lot of times we don't.
A lot of times we don't even realize. But what I did realize this weekend was just, oh my gosh, that was the best relighting of a fire that I could ever ask for.
And how funny, because I think it was that way for you, and also that way for a number of our older instructors, our master instructors who attended as well.
Yeah, just to come and be re-immersed and re-inspired. And yeah, it was such a powerful weekend. If anybody who was at the weekend is listening, thank you. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know you guys saw me lose it at the closing circle, and you heard me talk about Netflix and frosting many times during the weekend as well. But literally, you guys pulled me out of a place that I don't think I really even realized I was at.
Netflix and frosting. You're gonna have to expand on that because our listeners are like, when you said, I'm like, Netflix and chill. Frosting. Huh.
Netflix and chill took on a whole new meaning. It was not a sexy time for me, but
not sexy time?
Well, you know how that's what they call it now. Hey, do you want a Netflix and chill?
Oh, no, I don't even know.
See, that's why I know I had to explain that. No. Netflix and chill is like a thing that people say, or at least they did a little while ago.
Netflix and chill.
I'm so lame. Netflix and chill, meaning like you want to come over and hook up.
Oh.
Netflix and chill.
Oh.
You know, don't you remember?
Computer.
Do you want? Well, no. Don't you remember, getting
with the computer?
Yeah, getting wild with the computer.
Stop it, Dad.
I'm going to hook up with my computer.
That's your computer.
No, don't you remember when people would be like, hey, do you want to come over and watch a movie? And
I love that.
And that's Netflix and chill.
Oh, but chill sounds you might fall asleep.
Yeah, because they're not going to be like, do you want to watch a movie and have sex? So they say, you want to Netflix and chill?
Oh, nice.
Maybe they don't. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
I'm sure they do. I heard. I mean, I'm old. I'm like, whatever. My thing is still, you want to come watch a movie.
Okay. Anyways, my version of Netflix and chill was I found myself, well, especially on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, because my older two go to quote unquote school. Can you even call it school?
We call it
school.
We call it
Anyways,
daycare preschool.
Holy cow, this conversation is going off topic vastly. Anyways.
What do you guys call it?
On Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's just basically me and Frankie at home. And so there was a lot of watching Netflix from my bed. And I watched all 6 seasons on Netflix of The Great British Bake Off. And watching them make all those sweets, I would randomly between episodes go downstairs and just grab a spoon and start eating frosting out of the fridge. And I was like, I just kind of accepted that was who I was now. That I was like, you know what? This is who I am. This is what I do. I watch TV all day and I eat frosting out of the container, and this is my new life.
You were Netflix and frosting.
I was.
Yeah. And
I was good at it, and I liked it. I thought I was happy.
You started to think that you liked it.
I did.
You started to think that this was a really good life that you had.
Oh, totally. I'm like, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to get out of my pajamas. I literally can watch Netflix all day. And I thought, okay, this is great.
Yeah.
This isn't that bad.
Yeah, I would call you and you'd be like, yeah, it's fine. I'm having a great day.
What did I
Like,
say
do you want to do something? Or I'd be like, God, come over. You're like, not right now.
What did I say that?
Yeah, because I think you were like, probably like, I got to go finish the greatest British Bake Off.
I got to see who's going to win Bread Week.
Yeah, you were like, not right now. Maybe in an hour or so.
Star Baker, they're about to announce Star Baker. I got to go.
I can't talk to you.
Okay. Hey, I still got my stuff done. I worked.
You did, but there was a bit of a, how should I say?
I'm sorry that you're bored and lonely and I wasn't available
There was a
every moment of the day for you.
Gray cloud floating over.
Well, we've had a lot of shit going on at work, okay? There wasn't a lot of, like, exciting stuff to come back to, just so you know.
Me, by the way. Hello.
Well, it's been a little tumultuous around here, but you know what? I really think that death and rebirth cycles are legit. And I think sometimes, as my friend described, she said, sometimes you just have to burn everything down so that you can build up a foundation again. Mm-hmm. Not that everything is burning down by any means, but what I'm thinking is like, oh yeah, sometimes you just like these cycles of, just kind of borrowing from the goddess Kali, like death and destruction always is what precedes rebirth. And honestly, like moving into this next phase of my life, having 3 kids, like they're just, I feel like it's a great time to be thinking about rebirth and what that looks like. So yeah, things kind of, I think it all happens for a reason. I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what happened this weekend with the Netflix and frosting?
Look, it's only taken us 6 minutes to get to.
I know, but
so
I'm
actually
just
that's not
interested
that bad.
In the Netflix.
Okay, so frosting. Yeah, like I was just, I was like, oh, maybe I'm done with OULA. Maybe it's time for OULA to, die. Maybe OULA is going bye-bye.
And I was in Hawaii.
Oh, and you were in Hawaii.
And I'm like, God, I could like retire here.
Yeah, you totally could. And you have every right to do that.
But I'm not, I obviously can't for a number of years because I still have a kid in school and, but it was just kind of like, oh, I'll just sit out by my pool, have my mom cook for me, my 94-year-old mother cook for me.
And then we're just going through transitions and changes. And so then we both were kind of like, well, maybe that's the end. Maybe that's it. Maybe this is the last train. Like, maybe we cancel everything else that we have planned.
We had a good run, didn't we?
We did. We were like, we had a good run. That was fun. Now what should we do? Now we're doing Suddenly Salad.
Yeah,
just so you guys know.
Salad.
If OULA goes away, we're opening up a salad bar called Suddenly Salad. It's going to be the best damn salad bar you've ever been to.
Come in there, just you can get any type of salad you want.
It's going to blow your mind.
Oh yeah, I make it right there. We make it right there for you. You're like, I want radishes, I want pickles, I want banana peppers, I want lettuce, I want cabbage, whatever. You got it.
You got it. You got it. But anyways, Suddenly Salad is going to hold off for a little bit longer. Yeah. But I did go into this weekend just kind of being, I hadn't danced in 6 weeks. And I feel like when you get away from the physical movement, the mind-body connection is so powerful. It's so powerful. When you haven't done that thing that you love for a long time, you just start to believe that you don't need it anymore. So that was happening, and we'll come back to that because that's a huge topic. But we'll come back to that. Second of all, like I knew that there was a lot of resistance from instructors who had been teaching for a long time about them coming back to attend the weekend. So I was apprehensive about that, and it just made me feel like, man, they don't want to be here. Like, that felt really intimidating to come back to. I didn't know any of the choreography anymore, so I had all this studying to do. Just leaving my 5-week-old. I mean, she came to visit twice on Saturday and once on Sunday, but the rest of the time, like, baby. I was away from my brand new baby. Like, there were a lot of reasons that made me feel like, oh man,
I don't really want to
be doing this. I don't know if I want to do this. I'm missing out on my TV shows, And then
Vanity Fair.
Oh yeah, I'm on Vanity Fair now. But see, now I can do both. Now I can watch Netflix at night.
What?
And work during the day. Look at that.
What?
I know. #balance. But there were just a lot of things that I was like, about. And honestly, being a boss sucks. Sometimes I hate it. And like the last podcast I was talking about with perspective and perception.
Very good with your words.
Yeah, like sometimes it just gets exhausting and you just want to be like, I don't want to be in charge anymore. I don't want to deal with all this anymore. Is it worth it? Is it bringing me enough satisfaction and personal, fulfillment to put up with all this garbage?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, but being a boss has its positives and its negatives.
And really stressful, hard, sad, painful
stuff.
Yeah,
you have to deal with. And you're not always going to get to be the good guy.
Yeah, and I was tired of it. I'm sick of this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. But then I go on the community page and I go on you guys' Facebook pages and all of the pictures of just you beautiful people and sharing yourself. And then I'm like, it's so much bigger than me and my little pouting moment.
That was so
thanks for keeping all those posts going, you guys. But anyways, so this weekend, like the first masterclass on Saturday, holy cow, I realized that not only had my body been stagnant, but my energy had just been stuck inside of me. And so all this stuff that we talk about with mind body, like it just came flooding out of me. I felt the most beautiful release and connection to all the people in the room. And there were like over 70 people there. And it just felt like the most... It was amazing. I felt so alive, and having a newborn baby obviously is amazing, but it's so tiring and draining in a way,
our
too.
culture kind of isolating.
You
know, it's not like maybe in the old days we'd be like, here's 6 of us with newborn babies, and we'd all get together. Nowadays it feels just very isolating when you have it and it's this big buildup, and then suddenly you're in your house.
Exactly.
Breastfeeding and you're tired and all that stuff. So there you are in this big group of people.
Yeah, exactly. And it
buoying you up,
it
basically.
Just felt amazing. And the weekend, and I just have these moments that are burned into my memory from this weekend that, there was one young woman there who's still in high school, and the way that she taught This Is Me.
Oh my goodness.
And she just like looked up and her arms were lifting towards the sky, and she's just shouted at the top of her lungs, and I know I deserve your love. And it brought all of us to our knees.
Oh, everybody. There's really like 30 of us in the room.
And
and the trainees, the master instructors, the mentors, us, we just all were just frozen in our tracks. By her shouting that. And her voice carried so well over the music. That's so unusual for someone, and for any of us when we're learning to do this, to let our voices be heard.
Yeah.
And then this one line she shouts, I know that I deserve your love. So loud in her youthful, body and appearance. And it's just like, but she sounded so powerful. And it was like, for all us women, all ages, we were like, oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes.
And I think some of us who are older just kept thinking like, imagine how different we as individuals would be if we could believe that at that age. At 16 years old, if we could understand our value and our worth and feel like it's okay to take up space and to use our voice and be powerful and confident. And so much hope to think that, man, if the next generation of women is coming up believing that and owning that at a young age, that's how we're going to change the world. I believe that. And gosh, like that moment is just sealed into me now, honestly.
Your psyche.
Yeah. And just, we had so many moments that just re-inspired, relit the flame, revitalized. It was cool.
It was really, really cool.
Well, and I guess it got me thinking, and why we want to talk about this for a podcast is because I think it happens to us so often, and I think it happens to so many of us, and we may not even realize what's happening, because I think as human beings, one of the greatest things about us is our ability to adapt. And so we can live at a level or a vibration that is much lower than we're actually capable of living, and we can adjust to it, and we can shift what the new normal is for us. We can shift what our equilibrium is, so that we feel like, operating at this less than optimal level becomes your new, like, you balance the scale at that.
Because you're like, well, that's how it is.
That's how it is. And this is just how I feel. This is just me feeling the way that I feel now.
Yeah, that's just how it is. I live here in this cave alone with my baby, whatever it is. You know what I mean? But we're so adaptable. It's pretty amazing that we just take that as like, well, we'll make the best of this year.
Totally.
We don't even know that you could actually come out of the cave.
Right.
You know, you don't even have the desire to do that in a way.
Right. Yeah. And I want to, not that there's anything at all by any means to be, like embarrassed about or ashamed about if you do feel like after you've had a baby you're in this deep dark hole. Like I don't feel like personally I was in a deep dark hole.
No.
I think my work was starting to feel just not pleasurable. And so then because I had this new baby, it was very easy for me to be like, well, here's where I retreat.
Yeah.
Here's where I just
go
away.
Here's where my it's like the pieces of the pie.
Yeah, or here's where all of my pie, I'm going to just make all of my pie about my family.
Yeah, which is nothing wrong with that, of course.
There's nothing wrong with that, but for me, that isn't
that probably isn't truly you.
It's not me operating at my highest
what
level
makes you
of happiness.
The happy.
Exactly.
Happiest. Yes.
Exactly. And for some people it is. Some people, if they work, then they're not operating at their highest level of happiness.
Yes, because
we're
they
all different.
Yes, exactly.
Because they're going to thrive more being at home with their kids.
Exactly.
You know, we all just have to figure out where we thrive. But I think that this is exactly our point. Sometimes we get used to not thriving.
Yes, right.
Like we get used to it.
And I'm like, well, that's how it is. It's totally fine.
And I've had times in my life where I haven't been thriving. And I've had like I know how it starts to feel, and like you can get comfortable there.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of, well, for me sometimes it's very safe.
It's so safe.
Very predictable.
It's so safe. Well, one thing I also start noticing is the less things that I have to do in a certain day, then the
less you do. No.
Well, but it's like the bigger of a deal things adding something to the schedule sounds like.
Yes.
If I'm used to only being like, well, I have to make sure the dog gets a walk in the morning, and Frankie's going to need a bath, and I'm going to need to respond to these 3 emails. And that's those are the things that I have to get done today or whatever. Then it's like, well, no, I can't meet you at 2:30.
Right.
Like
it doesn't fit into the schedule.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if you guys feel that, but it's like, and I used to be like this when I was like unemployed and Rob did have a job, and I became neurotic. Like if he wasn't home at 5:30 for dinner, then I was like, oh my gosh, like you're not home because I've been waiting for this. Like I've cooked, I did the groceries, I cooked the meal, I made sure that I had it ready at the right time. The table is set, and now I'm just sitting and waiting.
That's how my mom is now.
Oh yeah, totally. Because the less you have to do, I feel like the more importance all of those little things mean.
Yes.
But then when you're like super busy, it's almost like you can do more.
Yeah.
Well, like what's that phase? Like if you want to get something done, ask somebody busy.
Oh, I've never heard of that. I love that.
Yeah, because it's like the busier you are, then you're just like, okay, yep, boom, 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 add that, blah, 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 blah. But when I get into this like stagnation mode, then I get stagnant.
Yes, that's a very good point. I'm similar too, because then I'm like, well, I wonder if I'll have time to make the bed. I know, like weird stuff where if I'm rushing, like then I normally am,
I can make the bed,
make the bed. In fact, I'll change the sheets today.
Yep, I'm gonna throw them in the laundry. I'll change the laundry over when I come home for this.
But that's why I have a hard time with vacations.
Yeah, you do have a hard time.
I have a very hard time, and suddenly it takes me a long time to transition into them, and then I'm in them, and then I'm kind of like, I don't think I have time or energy to make the bed.
Right, and then you're like, well, and then when you're in Hawaii being like, yeah, maybe we are done at OULA. And I'm like, yeah, maybe we are done. You're like laying on your lounge chair and I'm laying in my bed. We're like, yeah, we found our new life's purpose. We're totally fulfilled right now.
I didn't really make the bed today, but then I got mad at everyone because they didn't want to make an effort to go to lunch. Oh, oops! Because that was my only.
Yeah, that was
the pinnacle of my day.
That was your big plan for the day.
Big plan. We're gonna walk to the club and have lunch, and then 2 kids are like, "I don't really want to walk," and I'm like, "You have ruined my entire day."
Because that's all I had planned, and now that's not happening, and I'm gonna lose my mind on you.
My day is shot.
Yeah,
which is a weird. That's a weird personality type, I think.
Yeah, I don't think everyone's like that.
No, I think a lot of people...
You and I are.
We are. I think a lot of people do great on vacation. On vacation? My voice broke. On vacation. Sorry, jeez. You can say it. And vacations are good for me. It's like a Freudian, like it choked in my throat.
Yeah, right?
Like, you will not be able to say vacation. Vacation. There you go, B.
There you go.
There you go. But I hadn't danced either.
Yes.
In about a month.
Yes.
Because of how the holidays landed on when I taught usually and stuff, and then I left on vacation.
Yep.
And same with me. It's almost like my mind-body connection. I lost my. It's almost like someone in class the other day said, "What'd they say?" I'm going to look at this piece of paper. She said, "I'm happy to be empty right now."
Oh, from this weekend?
Yeah, from this weekend.
Yeah, like it emptied her all out.
And it almost like I was so full of stuff because I hadn't been emptied in a while that I felt like I couldn't take any more stuff on.
Yeah.
You know, I hadn't had. It's almost like for me, OULA is meditation too.
It is. For
that
me as well.
settling of the mind and sort of connecting the mind and the body together. And this kind of, it feels like a very level, like now you're healthy. Here, you've emptied your stuff out. You've worked your body, and now you can take more stuff on. But it was almost like I was too full.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. Yes, if you want to be done, I'll be done too. I feel, I must sit on my lounge chair and plan lunch again for the next day.
Totally. Well, and that's why we say we want you to leave feeling lighter, not just physically. I think most of us would say that we're not just here to burn calories. Yeah, I can't even say calories. Calories is my Freudian, like calories.
I don't like burning calories.
I like to burn through the fire.
Mike's brother was here visiting, my husband's brother, and he was like, "Well, how many calories do you burn?" He's very like exercise oriented. And I'm
they are. They were running every morning at the wedding.
Oh, at the wedding, they were
always on that trail running in the morning.
And I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. He was like, "Oh,
don't you have a Fitbit?"
Yeah, he was like, "How many stairs you climb? Or,
right.
What's your elevation gain or whatever?" I'm like, I have no idea, Doug. I just kind of dance around like a wild thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
A wild thing.
Like a wild thing.
I don't know. It's a good description.
Yeah.
But that's what we say. We want you to leave feeling lighter, like empty it all out. It had gotten stuck inside of me. And one of my friends, after the master class on Sunday, she was like, "It was just so good to see you up there. You had the biggest smile on your face the whole time, like you were just so happy." And I am so happy when I dance.
Yeah, you are.
I'm so happy. It's like
a
the
happy
happiest
gazelle.
I'm just so happy.
Yeah,
up
you're
there.
so happy.
I really am just so happy.
Even
when
at
I dance.
At Joe's wedding in September, Kaylee was pregnant, and there's like 150 people there, and she's just dancing all over the dance floor.
I just love to dance, you
with
guys.
Her big pregnant belly, and everyone was like, "Is she gonna be okay? Is she all right?" Or
poor baby.
And they were like, "I'm like, oh yeah, she does this all the time," and they're like, "She looks so happy." And I'm like, she's very happy. Yes, she is happy when she's dancing.
It's so important for my mental health. But I will say, the longer I get away from it, the more that I don't think I need it. Like literally, I
agree.
I was like, do you think I could like bar classes? Because I was like, well, if OULA doesn't exist, how am I going to work out?
I thought that too.
I literally was like, should I try a bar class? I'm like, I don't think I would like it.
I'm all, can I do the ropes? How about the ropes?
The ropes. You think about the ropes.
The what are those ropes?
Those big heavy ropes. You guys, she's throwing her arms around you like you do when you have those big things of ropes in your hand.
As though I would ever do ropes.
I'm like, I like hiking, but I don't know. Is that going to satisfy me enough?
Here I am hiking again for the 4th time today.
It's just so funny. And you know what? Like, I don't do OULA that much. I do OULA once a week.
Yeah, you do OULA once a week, but it's a big.
But when I do OULA, I'm sorry, I just really want to swear all the time now.
No.
But when I do OULA, I fucking do OULA.
Oh yeah,
like I go for it.
Oh yeah, you go for it.
It empties me out.
Yeah, you do.
It empties me out like the right amount because it's also such an emotional experience for me too. That it's kind of like wow, it's like a.
For me, sometimes I worry about my classes because I'm like, it seemed more emotional than physical.
They like that about you.
I know.
If they want just physical, they'll find either a different instructor or a different
tell them
workout.
that too. You can find very physical instructors.
You just keep being you.
Okay, thanks, Kaylee.
Okay, now we're farmers all of a sudden. Thanks, Kaylee.
Thanks, Kaylee.
But what are we saying? Oh, but yes. So what was shocking to me and just a realization of things that I already know. But I forget is that, you've got to move your body. You have to move your body. And I think OULA is particularly good for helping the mental aspect of it and clearing out what's stuck and tapping into the emotional body. But I'm sure runners feel similar. I'm sure, people, CrossFit people feel the same too.
Cross-country skiers, the bicyclists.
Let's name all of the physical activities you could do now because people aren't getting the message yet. What else? Do you think basketball players feel this way?
I think they might feel
Football
that way.
Players?
Football
tennis
players,
soccer stars, polo, lacrosse.
Stop now. She's probably not lacrosse.
Didn't you miss me? Don't you wish I was at home watching Netflix right now?
Eating frosting out of a can.
Betty Crocker. You
Nothing
do it
better
so
than
good.
that, Betty. We love you.
So, yes. And wow, this podcast is all over. I'm sorry, you guys.
No, but go back to
what? Okay.
The east side of the
You go
room.
back to it.
No, but how you were talking about the necessity for dance.
It's the bare necessities.
The simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. Take
Yeehaw. Take OULA. But the most fascinating thing to me is like, okay, so what if my maternity leave, like let's say I did that for 6 months rather than 5 weeks. And I was working during those 5 weeks too. It's not like I was holed up the whole time.
No, you were working, I was emailing you.
I came into the office like 2 or 3 times a week, every single week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's not like I was literally at my house the whole time. But what if I was just at my home for like 6 months by myself?
Which you could do.
Which I could.
People do that.
People do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you imagine? What if I actually forgot what it felt like to feel good?
Oh, wow,
But think about how many people have forgotten how good they're capable of feeling.
I think that's what happens to me sometimes when I interact with people.
Oh.
And I think they don't remember how to feel good anymore.
Wait, because they talk to you?
Well, no, because I'll be, if it's like
as a therapist, you mean?
No, just like when I meet new people sometimes, or sometimes people my age, not to make judgment, but some older people, 50s, 60s, 70s, some of them just seem so like, well, this is my life. You know, they seem very steady.
Yeah.
But they also seem very kind of flat.
For sure.
Do you know what I mean? For me, it's like, I'm sure they look at me like I'm a nutcase too, because I'm like, well, blah, 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 or
yeah.
And they're kind of like,
that's not really
that's not what we do now.
For people our age.
Yes, they're like, we don't, know. And so I often feel I don't have any bond.
Yes, to people your own age.
Yes. Sometimes, and I understand. And I wonder if they've just gotten in their groove of their lives.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is our groove, and this is how we should be.
Right. I 100% think that that's exactly what happens to people.
And it happens, I think, when you start having kids.
I think it happens to people who don't have kids,
happen to people who work, too. I guess if you work, and you love your work, but then that's kind of like, well, this is what I do. I just do this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it feels like we were talking about in the beginning, like there's not a light.
Mm-hmm. I just think the light has dimmed.
Their light is dimmed, and it's almost like I'm looking at them. I'm like, but do you have a light? Like, where's your light?
And I believe every single person on this entire planet has as beautiful of a light as any other human being on this entire planet. I don't think there's anybody who has a better spirit or brighter light than anyone. I think what happens is that sometimes they just
It goes dim.
And
kind of like what was happening to our lights.
Yeah.
But I know as someone that suffers from depression that sometimes my light goes dim and I don't know why. It's not clear to me. There's no reason for it to go dim. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? And then suddenly I'm like, oh, it's just dim.
Mm-hmm. But what gets your heart beating and those things, you've got to keep doing them, even if it feels like you don't want to do them, because I felt like I didn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. I felt like I didn't want to do it.
But then as soon as you did it,
then I'm like, holy cow, I want to do it again next weekend.
Like, I forgot how awesome that was.
Good I can feel. I forgot how good my whole being, my body, my mind, my heart. I forgot how good I can feel.
And you know how the other part of like the movement piece, the dancing piece was so important, but also this last weekend, having these new instructors, they have so much, just like anything, they have so much light and love for this vehicle, for OULA, that it was great for all of us to see in all of its manifestations. You know, like,
I totally agree.
Oh, it's just like talking to a kid who's like, I'm starting med school tomorrow, you know, versus talking to maybe a doctor that's done it for 30 years.
Sure.
Although there's many doctors that are passionate, but how wonderful for a doctor who's done it for 30 years to talk to someone who's starting med school. It's like, this has always been my dream.
Right.
I've always wanted to do this. I love working with people. I love care, whatever it is. And you feel reinvigorated.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of these empowerment weekends. And the same with those master instructors, because a lot of them were like, well, I like OULA and I love the physical aspect of it.
Yeah.
But then they hear these newbies talking and they're like, oh my goodness. And then they watch them teach.
Yeah.
And that's awesome because, you know, sometimes we make the mistake that, you know, teaching, you have to be perfect.
Right. But well, we don't make that mistake anymore.
We don't. We fix that. But even in our own minds, not our minds, but our minds in general.
Sure.
You think like, if I'm going to go up and teach, it better be perfect.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But you see, when these the new folks teach, you're inspired by the way they teach. Because it's just like, oh my goodness, maybe you didn't get every move perfect, but you certainly captured the essence of that song.
Yeah, exactly. Well, another thing that I really want to get back to as far as like this, like, okay, so the light, like I believe that when we are, okay, so we've been listening to this podcast lately, or Bernice sent me this podcast, and I've just listened to a few good podcasts lately, but in this one, he was just saying, you know, and I just say like, universe, use me. Or God, use me. Any higher power, like
we're put here on earth to be of service.
We're put here to be of service. So if you just like open your heart and you just say, please, just use me. How can you best use me to serve? And then for me, OULA becomes so much less about me and about like, well, there is still a responsibility because, you know, I mean, if I don't want to do OULA anymore, unless I sell it,
right,
then OULA goes away. But what I guess also this weekend did for me too was to realize, Kaylee, this is a service. Like Netflix is not serving anyone. Yeah. But when I put aside my personal comfort or my own, like, you know, just, it feels so safe to be in my bed. I don't have to put myself out there. I don't have to deal with all the, you know, the negativity that I've been experiencing in some aspects of my job and stuff. If I just lay in my bed and watch Netflix, I don't have to deal with any of that. But what this weekend reminded me of was my purpose is to serve in this way, at least for this time. I still believe that I'm supposed to be serving in this way at this time. And if I just open myself up and say, universe or God, use me, I want to be used in this way. I think it's incredible. And these people this weekend reminded me that it's so much bigger. It's like, it's this vehicle that then everybody can allow their light to shine through in a certain way. Like what I tell people at trainings now or at these weekends is just, I just say, thank you for picking OULA as one way that you're using your gifts.
Yes.
It's just OULA. It's just one way
one
that
of the
these
many
people,
vehicles,
can use their own gifts.
Yes.
You know, and so does OULA need a driver? Yeah, the vehicle needs a driver. And I need to feel honored to be in that position rather than like, you know, feel the burden. And sometimes it feels burdensome, but I want to just keep going back to, it's an honor to be on this bus.
Together.
It's an honor to be maybe in the driver's seat. You know, it sucks to be in the driver's seat, but you know what? When it sucks to get in the driver's seat, you guys lift me back up. A lot of you have known that I've been struggling a little bit lately, and the texts and the pictures from your classes and the stories and all this stuff that you have sent me, it's just such a good reminder. Kaylee, this is not about you. You are here on this planet to serve. You are here to be lit up and alive and open and to serve and to give and to share and to grow. And so when I remember that, it makes Netflix much less enticing, and it makes putting myself out there and staying open and lit up so much more the option that I want to continue saying yes to over and over and over, and take it for all of its beautiful mess.
Yes, I love that. And we all need to be reinvigorated sometimes.
And we all need to be serving.
The act of service, when I deal with depression or folks with depression or anxiety, I'm like, if you have enough energy, find a way to volunteer somewhere.
Yes.
Because as soon as I started doing that, I got out of my little hole.
Yes.
And I went out my little hole. That's but I got out of my
hole. She makes a fist with her hand.
And I went out, and then suddenly, as a service to others,
yes,
it reinvigorated me.
I think that's so true. Anytime you can serve others, I think it helps relight our fire.
Yes.
And our candle, our flame, whatever it is. This life source, it is what I believe is one of the quickest ways to just light up again, because I do believe that's what our purpose here on this earth is to do, is to learn and grow and serve.
Yes. What a great purpose too. I mean,
it's so fulfilling.
Yeah, it's so fulfilling. You can't find anything wrong. It's not like, oh, well, I served others and then I didn't feel good. You're like, no, it always feels good.
Right. Unless you're serving lunch to like the KKK.
Grumpy people or something. And of course, you always have to, some of us caregivers do a little bit too much service. So, of course, always being aware of serving others, but being aware of your needs as well.
Yeah. And I think that applies more to like me and you, where you're like, I'll just stay on vacation and I'll just stay in bed. Where we're like, you know what? It's been exhausting putting myself out there, so I'm just going to serve myself.
Yeah, for a
when you feel like you've been self-serving for a little while, then I think the quickest way to get out of that space is to serve.
Yeah. I wanted to read this quote that I shared with Kaylee, and you guys have probably already heard it. At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. Albert Schweitzer.
I love that.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it's really wonderful.
And so I think that's what OULA does.
I think it does too.
I mean, lots of other things do that too, but for OULA, what a great way. Even sometimes, how about when you start a class and I'm like, I don't really got it today.
Right.
Sorry, folks. But I start to teach, and then I look around, and then I'm like,
oh, whoa.
They light.
They're giving you.
They're
lighting your candle, your flame.
And then it becomes a symbiotic, reciprocal relationship.
Yes,
which feels so good.
Absolutely.
So good.
I
so
totally
anyway,
agree with that.
I think we're striving for that in our lives, that balance.
If you find yourself alone watching Netflix, you can call me and we can chat.
I'll be there.
Go to a class, go outside. Get yourself
out. Get yourself out. You need to get out. Talk to a friend even. But yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Thanks for everyone who just has shared your light through this community and this space. Like, thank you. You have no idea how much it keeps us going.
It keeps us going. It really does. All the empowerment trainings, all your posts, all your emails, your comments. It keeps our light going.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.